All right, I'm already on TikTok. Peace to Yahuwah. I'm live on. Finally, I'm live on YouTube. Act like it didn't want to work. Let me get it up and running on Facebook and of course Instagram. I am live on Instagram, and now I'm live on Facebook as well. Everything is up and running. Oh, so they don't want to give me no smoke today. Okay. I guess I'm just up and running. Welcome to Consultation Wednesday with your boy Jonah Bay, where I'll be doing some questions and answer things for the people. I got an up and coming webinar, not a workshop, a real webinar where y'all get templates, all that type stuff, to be able to do it right. It's gonna be based on affidavits, and it's called. I think the webinar is called the shit you gotta know. Affidavits, the shit you gotta know, and there's shit you gotta know because a lot of y'all don't know it, and this is why y'all ain't getting remedies. In this webinar, I'm gonna show y'all some of the things y'all doing to pass off as affidavits, and they're not. I'm giving you templates on how to actually do affidavits, and it has to be worded a perfect way, and also y'all's comprehension of words ain't there. I had a consultation today with a brother, and he was trying to do an affidavit stating that he has the right to defend himself with or without a lawyer. He lives in New Jersey, so he couldn't find the verbiage that was in Georgia Constitution. I'm like, brother, it's there. It's just that you don't comprehend. You don't understand that they can take 10 words, what Georgia is saying, and condense it down to one word. And they did. They condensed it down to one word, and it meant the same shit that Georgia did. He couldn't find it. He read over it mad times, had his friends, his peoples read over it mad times, still couldn't comprehend it. I'm like, yo, you're going to have to get a consultation. I'm going to have to tell you what it is. You're not going to know. So I told him, he like, oh my God, bro, I seen it mad times. I didn't know it meant that. I says, yeah. So I had him look up the actual word. And then we looked at all the similar words, and I'm like, see, it's the same word. What they did was switch one word for another word. And if you don't understand, your vocabulary ain't that, you're not writing these affidavits correctly. Y'all's English comprehension has to go up. Your actual vocabulary has to go up. And a lot of y'all make a mistake and be trying to sound like lawyers. That's the dumbest shit you can do. You got to say the most simplest things. Common folk talk to get your point across. Because if you do make it to trial, it's going to be common folk. They got to understand what you're saying. You can't use no big ass words. I don't use no big ass words with y'all. So y'all want to definitely check out that affidavit. Now, one thing else I want to discuss tonight is there's a whole bunch of people biting my swag and my style, stealing what I'm teaching, trying to teach it, and they're doing it wrong. And people can't even get questions answered by them at all because they don't know. They didn't do the research. You know what I mean? It's plenty of them. The one that's coming to my mind right now is the one that made the book 0%. Don't know shit. He ain't Jonah Bay. This is why me and Shaka, we're about to do funnels and all of that, where we're going to do snippets of what information I taught, like the injunctions, or what y'all call the national passport or the 5-star. I did all of that first. Discharge with 1099. I'm going to actually tell people that, and then we're going to clip it and hear a testimony of the time and date I taught it. And it was all in 2014 I taught that. Everyone that's out there teaching is teaching my shit, whether they know it's from me or not. Some people got it from other people and didn't even know it was mine. But let's talk about this. A dude asked that dude 0%. When he calls the IRS to get a 98 number, should he tell them it's an implied trust or a grantor trust? I said neither one. I said neither one. It got to be foreign. I said only thing you want to say is express trust. See, if you look up the definition of express trust, what does it mean? What does express trust mean? An express trust shall be created and declared in writing and signed by a settlor or agent for the settlor acting under the power of attorney containing express authorization. Express trust in WEX says an express trust, an intentional trust, is any trust created volitionally by a settlor. You're doing it on your own volition, and it's written in express terms. That means you wrote it and you made sure they knew your intention was to create express trust. That's the trust you're doing. Every trust that's in writing is an express trust. But I'm asking you not to use words like implicit or grantor, because what it does is pulls you into what we call a domestic trust. An express trust is foreign, or you can write that it's going to be domestic, but generally it's foreign. To have an express trust or express foreign trust, what you must not do, you must not use the laws of the United States, any of them. You must not use the laws of Georgia or any other state, any of them. You can use the Bible, the Quran, you can use whatever, but you can't use their laws. Or if you do, it's under their jurisdiction. It's not foreign. The very next thing you must do is your trustees. Your trustees must be foreign, and it's a foreign express trust. Now, I'm not saying it because it's my opinion. All you have to do is Google IRS manual 21.7.13.2, I mean 0.3.2.7.1. Under that, it says foreign entities, persons not required to file U.S. returns. And it tells you exactly how to fill it out to get it. Before that, it has a graph telling you what a domestic trust is and what a foreign trust is. But dude could never get his answer from this guy who he was paying for a membership in, the 0% guy, the book 0%, right? And I said, bro, I'm going to answer your question for you because I ain't him. I said, yo, look up the word implied trust, because I already showed you what the IRS manual said about how it's foreign. Look up the word implied trust. So we looked it up. It said an implied trust is an element of a trust and refers to the trust that has not been expressly created by a settlor. Then it said implied trust, Oxford Reference Dictionary. A trust that arises either from presumed but unexpressed intention of the settlor by operation of law. Right? So an implied trust is a trust that was created by the function of the law. So what y'all call a constructive trust is what every court case you go to is a constructive trust. They created a trust by law, their laws, their rules, their regulations. So that's one that is definitely a domestic trust because it is controlled by the courts. And in the IRS manual, let me go back and read this part to you of domestic trust. Domestic trust, the term domestic trust means a trust in which a court within the United States is able to exercise primary supervision over the administration of the trust, and one or more U.S. persons having authority to control all substantial decisions of the trust. So, you can't use their laws, or the courts has control over your trust. You can't use a U.S. citizen. It has to be someone foreign with a foreign passport, and it's going to be foreign trust. It could never be a domestic trust, which means if y'all got, let's say, cryptocurrency, y'all got the Iraqi dinar and all that, you're going to donate those things to the Express Trust before you go cash it in. Why? Because you ain't going to have to pay no damn taxes. Foreign Express Trusts don't pay taxes. And you know it's true because it's coming from the IRS manual. So I'm going to do you a favor. I'm going to give you the U.S. code for the definition of domestic trust and foreign trust. 26 U.S.C. 7701. 26 U.S.C. 7701. 90% of y'all would trust, unless you got it from me, your trust is done wrong. It's not a foreign express trust. And it cannot pass what we call the court test. That means that they can control your trust. Now let's look at the other one. So we know you can't have an implied trust. So what about a grantor's trust? Can you have a grantor's trust? Was his other part of his question. So grantor trust rules. Investopedia. I just Googled grantor trust definition. Is a grantor retained annuity trust is a financial instrument used in estate planning to minimize taxes on large financial gifts of family. A grantor trust is a type of trust where the grantor retains ownership of the trust assets for income tax purposes. That's a domestic trust. The grantor is the straw man because everything in the straw man's name. So the straw man will be the grantor. Everything you buy, you have to buy it either in a foreign express trust or your corporation. If you have a corporation, it's under the name of your straw man with the social security number and all that. Right? So you can't use a grantor's trust. A grantor trust is the grantor, the one who created the trust, retains ownership. So it doesn't pass the court test. So the dude, 0%, taught the nigga wrong. He wasn't going to be creating a trust that he had protection from the government and the court because no one showed him the actual laws of how to do it. Jonah Bey shows you the actual laws and then reads the law for you, interprets it for you, and breaks it down into regular English so you can do it. None of them teachers is doing that. I'm tired of motherfuckers riding my coattails, acting like they me, and they can do the same as me, and they can't. They don't know what I know. And my lifestyle proves it. My lifestyle proves it. Y'all see the swagger? Y'all see the swagger? You know what I mean? I've been on this shit all mad years, living a great life through law. But with that being said, I haven't forgotten it's Consultation Wednesday. So I'm going to open up the call lines and start taking some calls. man. It ain't. Oh, it's gonna be a short show. I only got 2 calls. So 254-338. Peace to Yahoo.
Indeed, peace to Yahoo. I was interested in whether or not I need to donate the business license of the illegas that's in the state of Tennessee to the Express Trust instead of paying for a business license as the Express through the Board of Trustees or authorized representative.
Listen, if you have a business license in the name of your Express Trust, it is now doing business within the United States, which makes it a taxable event.
Now that name is in the business license in the name of the illegas.
Right. Listen, what you trying to, the business license has to be in a 14th Amendment name. Your Express
Correct.
Trust is not a 14th Amendment citizen.
That's correct.
It can't be done. That's called mixing public and private. Now, what you can do is you can have that business rent the actual name of that business. The licensing is called what is it called? The copyright, the name. You could have the Express Trust own that name, and that business would have to pay the Express Trust to use that name. Right? Nike doesn't pay no tax because they have another company that charges Nike for where their headquarters are, their buildings are, the name, the licensing of that name and all that, and they pay. And when they finish paying that company or that trust that money, Nike don't have a profit. Even if they made $1 billion, they don't have a profit.
Okay.
They got it written where the Nike Corporation has to pay about 87% of proceeds for the licensing of the name Nike. So when they get finished paying for the buildings, the rent, their employees, all the rest of the money that's profits is gone. You got to do shit like that. You can't mix public and private. Your trust can't do public business. Like if your Express Trust has a cab company, it would have to have a license for those cabs. So now you turned it into a 14th Amendment under their jurisdiction. You understand?
Okay. Now that 14th Amendment name that was in Tennessee they do a business license, they don't do a DBA.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got that business license, in the process early on, I got that business license. Now that I have the business license, and now the trust exists, and I have the foreign trust.
So now you do a contract between that straw man, that 14th Amendment, and the trust, saying that the actual licensing of that name belongs to the Express Trust, and it has to pay a certain percentage to the Express Trust to use the name.
Got it. Now that percentage, should that percentage be higher?
That's up to you.
50%? Okay. Okay. Got it. Okay. And then question on super injunction, if you would.
Have you done your regular injunction?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can do the super injunction, but let me tell you something. You're supposed to do your injunction, then you're supposed to do your nationality or your what is it called? The nationality injunction, right? If you do that, you're gonna get your national passport and all that. You're gonna go on the do not detain list all over the world, not just America. Outside of America too. It's better to do that. That was way, the super injunction was way before I gave y'all a treaty injunction.
Okay. So do the nationality injunction.
The treaty injunction. Then, it's called a treaty injunction.
The treaty injunction. So
yes.
That's on the website. I can go to
yes.
I can go to the site, pick that up.
Absolutely.
Okay. Okay. Nationality injunction. And then
treaty injunction.
Okay. Treaty injunction.
Why
okay.
you I know I fucked up and said it the same way. Nationality is called treaty injunction.
Gotcha. The treaty injunction. I'll make sure I remember.
Yes, okay, sir.
So with that treaty injunction, steps, I guess, is that additional steps. Once I do the treaty injunction, would you recommend a follow-up to look at any paperwork so that we can decide on passport details? You will have to get a consultation so I can see that paperwork before you hand it in. I don't want it fucked up. I want you to get what you're trying to do. Okay, well, that's where I'm at. I'm at that. All right. See, the thing is, the last 3 months, I've been forcing people to show me their paperwork for court and everything else. The reason why was that's how I found out y'all didn't know how to do affidavits and everything was done wrong. Right. So now I don't trust no one. So part of the deal is you going to get a consultation and show me that paperwork before you send it out. Because I don't want you fucking up the process for anyone else. Right. You know what I mean? And at least you have a peace of mind that is done right. Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, why would I come all this far to get it wrong? You know what I mean? So I'm way more hands-on with y'all now. You feel me? Okay. Got you. So email, I know you used to have an email address for cases and stuff like that. Is that email address? You send it to jonahbay@gmail.com. It became a problem when I was trying to check 5 different emails. I ain't doing that shit. Okay. Great. All right. And I guess once I should I go ahead and send it to you ahead of time and then get the consultation? No, get the consultation and send it to me then. What happens is when y'all send me shit I don't look at it. And then when we finally get the consultation, I gotta go looking for that email. It's much easier if you just send it to me on the phone. Okay. Make it seamless. Yes. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Peace. Peace to Yahoo. I'm going to 408-761. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo, Father. Thank you for the W4T workshop. I got it. I received actually today.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
You ain't gonna be paying taxes no more on your job.
Yeah. So I have to give first child support. I get paid like once every 15. So I don't have a car, so I have to kind of use wait until somebody take me. But the other question is, I have the 98 number, but I just don't have the set up the trust like actually things. So do I do the same thing?
All right. Like what so if you're trying to get the 98 Express Trust, all right, what you're gonna do to get the 98 number, you're gonna go to YouTube and Google Jonah Bay and Ron March 98 EIN or 98 number. Watch the videos. Watch it about 4 or 5 times, and it'll show you how to get that 98 number.
Oh, I already got the 98 number. I got it quite some time ago.
Oh, you need the actual trust done. All right. What you're gonna do is hit me in the email. If you want me to do it for you, your paperwork, or you want to do it yourself?
I don't have money to pay. I guess I have to do it myself.
Well, even if you do it yourself, you're going to have to mail it to the right place in Georgia and all that, because California, I don't know the trust laws on. I'm not even sure if California is a trust state.
Oh, okay, yeah. So how much? What's the donation that?
Hit me in the email. Me and you discuss it.
Okay, got it. JonahBay.com. And also, and I put in
not JonahBay.com. JonahBay@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, sorry. JonahBay@gmail.com. And also, my ID it's gonna expire like on May 9.
Okay, so what you're going to do is hit me in that same email talking about what you need, the private foreign ID license.
Yeah, thank you. You read my mind.
Yep.
All right, got it. And I guess that should be it. And I'll be actually hitting you right now on gmail.com.
All right, then.
All right, thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace.
All right, I'm going 314-203. Peace to Yahoo.
Peace to Yahoo. Peace, Yahoo. What's going on with you?
Oh man, I'm chilling. How's everything going with y'all?
Okay. It's going pretty good. I tell you what, I took advantage of your
50% sale.
That Labor Day.
Yeah, that 50% Labor Day sale.
Yes. And I wanted to say real quick, you know, I'm breaking down the affidavit more with a better understanding.
Yes.
After listening to you going off on me like 3, 4, 5 times.
I'm sorry. I gotta help you get past it. I'm sorry. I'm your coach, bro. I'm your coach.
Hey, I let my mom listen, right? And my mom was like, "Hey, well, if that's gonna teach you, that's gonna make you learn. It's gonna make you study."
See, the old school people know this is how you learn. The new school people are too sensitive.
Yes. Gotta get over that. Man, don't nobody teach like you teach. I've never met anybody who actually, like, everything is a remedy. With you, I get remedy every single rip. And I just wanted to say one other thing really fast. I absolutely get it now that when you're doing a petition or whatever, you know, your memo, it is a complete, you have to differentiate, I think I said that wrong, but anyway, between establishing jurisdiction, that's the one way you write your memo, from opening statements, which means to affidavit. All of those are written differently. And see, it's in that affidavit, that one joint that you gave us, the easy affidavit or whatever, that point out everything on top of what you said. Jonah, you're right. I think this next time I come to you, there's no way I can get it wrong.
Okay.
If I do,
Well, the only other thing, once you got how to form the affidavit correctly and you bought the template, so I know you know now, the only thing you got to look for is you got to answer those questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how. And we were taught that in first grade. But some of us is 50-something years old. We don't remember that teaching. We don't remember that shit.
You're right. Hey,
you in first grade, what was you, 8, 9 years old? You know what I mean? And if you 53 like me, nigga, that's over 40 years ago.
Exactly. Even 10, 15, 20 years ago.
That's still a long time.
That's out of your head.
Right.
That's out of your head.
Right. So I got to jog y'all's memory. This is how y'all write letters. This is how y'all write everything. You got to answer those questions. Who, what, when, where, why, how.
Facts. Yeah, and listen to you, listen to that show over and over again. A bunch of other questions came to my head. But I'm like, let me finish this first, because
yes,
the question arise.
This is what I always urge people. I urge people, do one thing at a time. When you try to do multiple, it gets jumbled together.
Right. But yeah, that's great. I yield the floor.
All right, wonderful talking to you, brother. I can't wait to see you on that webinar too. You're gonna love it. I used paperwork, but I changed the names around.
Okay.
So you got the warning. You got the warning. Well, it was the perfect example to show them what to do and what not to do. You feel me?
Okay. I think those points.
All right, then.
Good or bad. It's an overstanding.
Peace to Yahoo. All right, I'm going to this caller. 1. Peace to Yahuwah. If y'all like what y'all hearing, let me get a 1 in the chats, man. Show me some love in the chat. Hit me with the 1s.
Peace, yo.
Peace to Yahuwah. What up, man? Dad, I can't get no 1s. TikTok. Oh, I got one. I got some on Instagram. All right, I got it on YouTube. Facebook. Can I get some 1s? Okay, I got the 1s there. All right, y'all rocking with the kid. All right, what's up with you, bro?
I can't call. Hey, Jonah. I just got something out of your product this past sale you had this past Monday.
Okay,
right?
okay.
And I got a.
You appreciate that half off price, man?
Man, look, man, I saved about $1,500, man.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I got a family member, man. She has a house that has $16,000 tax lien.
Ooh, we.
Yeah. She wants me to put it into my trust. How should I approach that? Should I just get a consultation with
You're going to have to get a consultation with me. You already got the trust made, right?
Yeah, I got it made. It's not completed. I don't have the foreign trustee yet.
You need to get that foreign trustee because she's definitely going to need it since that tax shit is going on, right? Now, you can get, I think, my tax webinar part 3, I show y'all how to put it in the trust, a house in the trust. It's either part 3 or 4. I think it's 3.
Okay, you talking about the trust?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 3. I just listened to it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
And you might want me to look over the paperwork, get the consultation when it's time for me to look over your warranty deed that you restructured to make sure it's right.
Okay, so all the paperwork that you mentioned in part 3, I need to get that from her, and I need
Yup.
Okay. Go. Okay. All right.
Even if I was doing it for you, I would still have to tell you go get that paperwork.
Exactly. I was just making sure. Like I said, I need to get the foreign trustee set up first before I do anything.
Man, all you got to do, anyone you know with a foreign passport, they could live here, but long as they ain't a citizen, they can be your trustee. You walk around people that's not from here, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans. You see people like that all day, every day.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. I'll definitely do that, man. It's probably too personal of a question right here, but as far as getting the foreign trustee, what are we looking like for, like numbers? Like, what's the average? Do you know?
I used my sister-in-law. It was free.
Okay.
Depends on how well you know that person. You feel me?
Exactly. Okay.
It might be as simple as $200. You don't even know the person. Yo, I need you as a foreign trustee. You won't have to do nothing really except for sign the paperwork. Give me a copy of your passport picture. You can black out the numbers, but you can show me the passport so I can get a copy so that they can see you really exist.
Okay. So if they don't have a foreign passport, I would have to pay for them to go get one.
A foreign passport or a foreign ID? Not everyone that's foreign got a fucking passport. They may not left their country.
I got you. I know you can use foreign ID. Okay.
It's a formal piece of ID. If you show their ID plus a copy of, let's say, their birth certificate, that's enough. They're established. That's a real foreign trustee.
Okay. And I would add that. I would add that to the minutes of the trust, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'm genius, man. Okay.
All right.
The name you mentioned earlier, the 0%, man.
Yeah.
Bro. Yeah.
I'm telling the truth, yo.
Yeah, I know.
I did 3 consultations of people that used to be with him yesterday. I said, man, I got to talk about it on the show. You know, I talk about everything that's going on in the consultations on these shows because if I see other people don't know it, I'm like, the rest of the people probably don't know it. Let me do a show on it, right? And I was like, I had to say something. And, he steadily tells people, yeah, my mentor is Jonah. I don't know this dude personally. This dude is stealing my information and selling it to people like, he's a personal student of mine and he knows what I know. No, it's not true. That dude is motherfucking gassing y'all and personally defrauding y'all and me too. He took 2 of my shows and created a book and named the book 0%. 2 shows.
That's fraud, man.
Now, brother, who gave you permission to use my words and turn it into a book? And how come I'm not getting, since I'm the one who actually wrote it? All you did was, what is it called? Did a transcript of my words and then organized it into a book. Shouldn't I get paid 50% for that too? Yeah, man, that nigga ain't my student. Stop playing. He's a thief.
Hey, well, you gonna get his though.
I'm doing these short commercials on all social media that's gonna prove all them people using my stuff and let people know where the real information is. This is why these people can't answer y'all's questions.
Man, I appreciate everything you do, gentlemen. Boy,
thank you, brother.
I read my contract, man. I seen what was in there. I ain't gonna say what I saw, over the phone, but
someone said he shouts me out a lot. Man. I know he shouts me out. He shouts me out even in the book, right? But let me ask you a question. How would you feel if a dude come and rob you, but now he's on the limelight, he a little rapper and all that, and he gives you a shout out? Would you be happy about the shout out, or would you feel more offended that this nigga got a nerve to be shouting me out and he ripping me off? How would you feel about it?
I don't need my damn money. I don't need my money, man.
You know what I mean? He shouts me out to give himself credibility. I don't want no one getting credibility off of my works. If you're good and you helping people, do it on your own. You know what I mean? Do it on your own.
Okay.
But thank you, my brother. Peace.
Peace.
All right, I'm going to the last caller. 254-338. Peace to Yahoo.
You had mentioned that foreign trustees. You said foreign trustee they don't need to have, they can't have a green card, right?
No, they cannot have a green card. That's nationality. They're a 14th Amendment citizen once they get a green card.
Okay.
They give them a temporary social security number and all of that, and they attach to the original birth certificate that green card. So that green card is just like having a birth certificate here in America. It's an addendum to the original birth certificate. And it even looks like it, one too, by the way. And I know because, my wife got a green card. That's why she couldn't be trustee.
Now, when that domestic trustee first comes in, and then we come back and
you can get a domestic trustee to start it, and then you do the paperwork and show that trusteeship was handed over to a foreign trustee.
Got it. Okay,
Man, y'all got a lot of questions on the trust tonight. I didn't even know y'all still had questions about the express trust. See, that's why I talk about what people ask me in my consultations, because if one person don't know, it's probably about 50 people that don't know.
Right. And sometimes it's just
a refresher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, a refresher. The brother asked me those questions. I had to go into the IRS manual. It was a refresher for me too, because I ain't talked about this shit in a long time, because we all know I'm the master at that shit. But remember, when I came out with my Express Trust webinar, maybe a month and a half later, everyone was talking about they was master at it, trust, and they were setting up trust. And they did that shit. And what happens is they confuse the people with wrong information. Just like I said tonight, niggas is talking about implied trust and grantor trust. Both them shits are domestic trust. You don't need neither one of those.
Okay. Now, you mentioned implied trust and domestic trust. What about the resulting trust after
Okay, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay.
Stop using all those adjectives in front of the name trust.
Name trust. Okay.
Only one you're going to use is express trust. And tell you the truth, you don't even have to use the word express trust. You could just put trust, right? Because if you put it in writing, it is an express trust, right?
So putting it in writing and telling in private correspondence, telling the judge, hey, you received this and that, and I want you to allocate it to these accounts. You know.
Well, he did his grantor trust. It depends on if you did the affidavits correctly. It depends on if he thinks you really are the person that can allocate the funds somewhere. You would have to be the holder in due course. And did you prove all that? So that's a whole nother can of worms.
That is, and that's why I'm leaning into it, because it's kind of what I was considering.
Listen,
90 seconds.
Back in the days, I used to take niggas into court, especially what's the name court? Bankruptcy court. And I did something like what you're talking about, and I did it as an executor letter. And we won. And I did it at least 20 times.
Because I mean, the judge is a receiver in equity.
I understand. You got to understand, you're not seen as the holder in due course of the straw man. You're going to have to show proof that you are, and you're going to have to express it in an affidavit.
And that's where the affidavit class comes in.
Exactly. You can't do nothing in law or commerce without affidavits. A proper one. And you got an affidavit for the straw man. You got an affidavit for what they call the natural person or the real man or woman. You know what I mean? You got to know all those differences. You got to do the execution of the affidavit with the United States, without the United States. See, if you're within the United States, that's the affidavit for the straw man. So if you're outside of the United States, you are a natural person or a real man or woman.
Seconds.
You got to do it without the United States. You got to be doing it under the laws of United States of America. You know, you got to know all those things. And no one's taught y'all it's a public affidavit. It's a private affidavit. No one's taught none of that. It's all types of shit y'all got to know. That's why the webinar is called Affidavit. The shit you got to know.
Copy that.
All right. That's our show for today. Wonderful talking to you, brother. I'll talk to you again real soon. Peace to Yahoo.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
I'm surprised they didn't mess with the feed tonight. See, I guess they don't mind me telling y'all how to do these trusts and all that, and how y'all gonna get all this money from cryptocurrency and dinars and all that, and you ain't gonna own it. See, the whole name of the future of America is to own nothing, control everything. So you must learn about trust now, because the future, that's all that is going to rest on, because the straw man ain't going to be able to own anything. It's not going to own not one damn thing. Just know that. So if y'all didn't pick up that webinar, the Express Trust webinar, 9/8 Express Trust webinar, y'all need to go to jonahbay.com and pick that up. You're going to need it. All right, with that, I'm shutting down TikTok. Peace. Shut down YouTube.